Habari zenu mabeste, tuko hapa tena na Karo. Karo, nataka aniambie, nimekusikia sana na ministry, mara sijui mentor, mara sijui ukifanya hii ukifanya hii, and now I want you to explain further so that I can be referring to this video hata tukizeeka tukikuwa tushosh.
Oh yeah.
Kwa tunakumbuka ujana wetu, we did 1 2 3, we are able to impact the life of several people, we were able to get attention of some people. So ndio tukumbushanange hivi, hebu Karo tu explainie vizuri. Were you born in a Christian family? Were you brought up by pastors? Family, ile familia yenye ilikuwa inalala na Yesu usiku. Ama maybe ulikuja ukikuwa mkubwa ukapelekwa Sunday school, maybe pale ndiko uliokoka, ama ni high school, ama which level did you come to have an encounter with God? And what is your real mission as you serve?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I would say yes, I've been brought up in a Christian family. And my Christianity, I would owe it first to my grandmother, late grandmother. When I was a baby, she used to pick me, go with me to the fellowship. And from there, of course, my parents are Christian. And I was taken to church. They are not pastors, but they are Christians. I got born again when I was in Sunday school. And that is where I started now ministry. I used to preach in Sunday school, Kanana. I mean, I used to be left by the Sunday school teacher to lead the other kids. I've been to that kid. And so that has been me. It doesn't mean that I've been a perfect Christian all through. But I can testify that my Christianity and ministry began there. And that has been my motivation, and coming all along that has been. So I've been in ministry, growing up again from Sunday school when I went to school, again as being a school captain, you know, leadership. I've been always on the front line by grace of God. Going to campus as well, I joined into the ministry, the church that was surrounding within the campus, within our campus. I as well used to do ministry there, volunteer there in church. From there in college, the same thing. Coming now to working life as well, I've been in ministry all along to date. I've been in ministry, like I've involved myself with the church.
What advice can you tell that young person, maybe that young couple mwenye anasikia sababu sijisikii kwenda church, si lazima mtoto wangu aende church, ama yule mwenye anashangaa kwenda church ni ujinga, ama yule mtu perhaps kuna kahan feeling ana feeling about Christians, you see. Kuna watu, I know there's some people who feel that Christianity is boring, and those feel that, however, si wote, but kuna wenye pia wana feel ni slavery. Ya kwamba the fact that you are Christianity accustom you to a culture. For example, if you are a married woman, these are the standards which for a Christian woman you are set to adhere to. Maybe you are in a society ambayo it has a lot of expectation from you. And pia kuna wengine pale I know ambayo wamejua kanisa siku hizi ni kwa kupeleka hii, so ndio nisipeleke yangu ili nisiende kanisa. Kwa hivyo what can you tell such a person ambaye anaweza kuwa anatusikiza leo?
Now my people, this is what the Bible tells me. Pick up your cross and follow Christ. I think another big problem that in the mentality that we have, we go study the church, people in church, then we give a certain perspective to church. You're supposed to be Karo. When you're happy with Karo, Karo should be happy. Whether nimeenda kanisa, whether nimeenda fellowship, college, kwa rafiki yangu, I've always been Karo. So about church, for those who say that hawataki kwenda kanisa ni sababu mnaitishwa tu quota, mnaitishwa offering, kuna give seed, blah 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 blah. No, this is it. First, identify yourself as a Christian. A relationship between you and God. When you have a relationship with you and God, all the rest aligns. What we're saying is that church is a relationship. The first part is the relationship between you and God. When you have a relationship with God, whether born again or not, have a relational kind of friendship with God. At that moment, when you start understanding what intention God has for you as a pastor, that is when now you start positioning yourself and having interaction with the church. Remember that church is a house of fellowship. So you shouldn't say that hutaki kwenda kanisa sababu Karo yuko hiyo kanisa, Kanana hapo kwa hiyo kanisa. Remember, you do not go to get or reap benefit from a human being. They are used by God. So why don't you first seek that which is coming from God? Because He's the giver of everything. So my advice, Kanana, to those who get bored because of church and all that, and of course it is a challenge to us who in ministry, who are doing motivation or preaching the word of God, that we may be a good example and draw people to love Christ and to love church. And so to me, according to me, never fail to go to church, because it's a place of fellowship. You get friendship, you as well experience, you cannot wizi peke yako. You need people. Watu ni mali. So you need people as a society, because if you're there, you're a young person, you need to mingle with other people, not necessarily in church, but you need to have a wholesome community. And so this is my take, that you don't go to church so that ati huyo pastor ndio grow ama wapate pesa. Of course, because hiyo kanisa inajengango na pesa. Our pastor, they work just like the way you go to work elsewhere. They work in the ministry. They have also families to feed. You know, Twitter to white, black. The church is built. We build the church. And that is why they minister. That is why they work. That is why they do everything to see that everything is running in the church. Whether community church, whether personal church. I mean, it is all has to happen. 1 + 1, you have to put them together, and so that we can have a community that is growing. Because if you have a church yenye haina mabati, yenyewe mtakuwa hiyo kanisa watu watapotea. Kama kuna kanisa yenu haina vibe, watu watapotea. Mkipata pastor wenu anatembea na miguu kutoka Kayole anaenda all the way to Angata, I mean mtapotea. But we need to equalize. Christianity should be enjoyed. It's not a prison. You should be happy. We've been there, and I can tell you for sure, being a Christian, going to church, I've lived bountifully benefit being a Christian.
Coffee kwa Karo. Thank you. Yes, also for me, can add on that one. Christianity is personal. Don't mind Karo mission yake ya kwenda church ni gani. Don't mind what that pastor is pressing which and every do this and do this and do this. The fact that you are born again, you have a relationship with Christ, who because of you he died for our sin.
Yes.
And the moment that you understand that concept ya kwamba uendi church ndio uonekane, uendi church ndio ujaze viti, au uendi church ndio ufanye hivi na hivi, utakuwa atituone fashion umevaa. We are not interested with that. My dear friends, I want to hand of you to make it clear to your mind that God can work without you. But do you think you can work without Him? Do you think?
No,
you can't. Now the fact that you can't work without God, it is upon you to make that concrete decision that I'm seeking Him, and I'm seeking Him freely, because He is interested with that consecrated heart. That heart is which is looking for His attention. He says, when you return to me, I definitely return unto you. When you seek me, you shall find me. If you need my counsel, I will be there to offer. So the moment that as a Christian or whoever that you are, so long as you are created into this world, Mungu ndiye anakuanga na purpose na maisha yetu. So ni wewe kujiringa hapo, maybe ukisema utaki, nakwambia kama umtaki ana haja na wewe, but you will seek him. Lazima utamtafuta, maana he is the author of our life. He knows better than the things that we know. Our plans of tomorrow, as I told you earlier, ni yeye anajua. Sisi tunaishi to the current. Hadi kesho unajitabiria tu nitafanya.
Yes.
That's why you find an accident occurs and people die. Lakini bado walikuwa na plan, nitaenda nipike sapa nifanye hii na hii. So long as you are living, my dear friends, I want us to invest in the life that God has given us. Whatever that the Lord has entrusted us with, be it our family, be it whatever thing. So let's work for God now that we have the energy. Let's work now when we can do it, because tomorrow is coming. Jesus was saying a night is coming when we won't work. So let's work now when it is still day, when we can still work. So dear friends, we love you so much.